can't believe this in my own eyes, or I can't believe I'm going to say this in my mouth. We gonna have now, okay guys, Sakapo, today we're going to see a new Black Tail game. Yes, I said we're gonna have now a new Black Tail game, but this one is different. Now it's gonna have a different name, but it takes place also in the universe of a Black Tail. But also we're gonna play now as Sophia, now no longer as Amicia nor Hugo, because they've done their part. Now this game takes place after the events or before the events of a Black Tail Requiem, or Requiem, whatever. Or after the events of a Black Tail Innocent, or before, I don't know. So basically it's what I saw as the origin story of Sophia, how she becomes like this pirate, so to speak. But I suppose now I'm kind of peculiar and kind of interested about this. I have a new theories on the way when this game is gonna release, but now this one is gonna have more peculiar than usual, because now this game, it's gonna be basically like some sort of a game about, as usual, technical fighting. Now I don't know basically if it's gonna happen, but all I know for sure is we are gonna be so happy about this. And even though that it doesn't really have Amicia or Hugo as a playable characters now we're going to see how it's gonna play her own story. And okay, that makes sense because they done their part. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm kind of be sad because we're not gonna have those characters anymore, or not, or a few. But anyways, without ado, I suppose this game we're gonna have so much claim of that. But hey, doesn't matter. It would be like basically the same character, like a Mr. Yugo, a different one. At least basically now we're gonna have a really the parade of challenges of this one. So anyway, let's react. So where this game takes place now? What is that? Oh, pirates attacks, huh? Is that a lasso? What, is Sofia now in Amazonia or some shit like that? Italy for sure, because I don't know, they have those boats. They have river ships or something like that. River ships or something. So this game now it takes place in Italy, no more in France. I mean, Italy and France are literally close, for sure. What? What? What the fuck is that? We're about to face the devil? Resonas. A Plecto Legacy. And that's it. Okay guys, like a boy here. Like, subscribe, per second. All about the Colossian. More gameplay lol. To do more Christopher guys, whatever. Follow my social media down. Subscribe as always. Now we've played with demons. Because first of all, I know that Black Tail takes place in medieval ages, but I didn't know that technically they have still some mythological way of evil. But this time he's gonna play with different roles and all, because what the fuck is this demon? Is a demon? What did they inspire this that bull from Black Myth Wukong? From the chapter 5 of the ending of chapter 5? Are we fucking serious? Anyways though, now basically This one will most likely technically, like, now we not play as a mission, now technically we play as a fighter, as a warrior. And that makes sense because we play as a full grown adult and not a teenager anymore. But I have a really strange theory about this, which is kind of really tickling my tippers, you know what I'm saying? Now I suppose we have to do a natural way of combat, and most natural way of the style of the fight. Now we're going to be like some sort of a way of a survivor or basically a fighter. Now we got to be like a Colosseum fighter. And also I suppose this one takes place obviously in Italy. We see the Colosseum, so there's nothing to talk about. So I suppose that makes sense also because Italy is also close to France, and more specifically, A Plague Tale Innocence and Requiem takes place in France, in the Kingdom of France, just like the beginning of every Plague Tale begins. Yeah, Kingdom of France, kind of thing. But now they no more Kingdom of France. Now they now Kingdom of Italy now. But this time now no more with rats. This time we're gonna be a little circle of evil. But by the way, so if basically a Plague Tale now this one takes place in Italy, so all the rats it was all always in France and now outside the world? Damn. The people really look so about their life and there at least. Anyways. Now I suppose we can play as Sophia. Let's see how her story without any rats gonna be specific of. Now we're gonna have a really specific bull or basically like a basically how some way of the fights. But now anyways, without ado I suppose, I'm glad that Nickly we're gonna play another Plague Tale game. And I suppose let's see how her story gonna have glued to it. Let's see if this story takes place before or after a Plague Tale. Innocent or Requiem. Or Requiem, I don't know. And that. And we have now swords fights, we have some visit note, we have without being like an outcast or have some trouble, have way of survival or nothing like. Luckily we have some negotiations to it at least. And that. And that piece.